Good afternoon, everyone. I am Chaiyryl Calago from College of Agriculture, BSA-AGRONOMY third year. Today, we're going to discuss about the agricultural marketing. And what is market? Market. The word market comes from the Latin word marcatus, which means merchandise or trade, or a place where business is conducted. Word market has been widely and variedly used to mean a place or a building where commodities are bought and sold. That is market. The term market means not a particular marketplace in which things are bought and sold, but the whole of any region in which buyers and sellers are in such a free intercourse with one another that the prices of the same goods tend to equality easily and quickly. Marketing is a market is an area within the forces of demand and supply converge to establish a single price. Also, market means social institution which performs activities and provides facilities for exchanging commodities between buyers and sellers. That's market. Next is components of a market. For a market to exist, certain conditions must be satisfied. These conditions should be both necessary and sufficient. They may also be termed as the components of a market. And the four components of market, these are the existence of a good commodity for transactions. Physical existence is, however, not necessary. The second is the existence of buyers and sellers. Business relationship or intercourse between buyers and sellers. And the last is the demarcation of areas such a place, region, country, or the whole world. The existence of perfect competition or a uniform price is not necessary. Next, that is dimension of a market. Dimension of a market. These are the various dimensions of any specified market. These dimensions are the location, area of carriage, time span, volume of transactions, nature of transactions, number of commodities, degree of competition, nature of commodities and location, stage of marketing, extent of public intervention, type population served, and the last is accrual of marketing margin. Those are the dimensions of the market which is specified which various dimension of any specified market. Let's proceed in market structure. Market structure. Market structure, it is the formal organization of the functional activity of a market institution. Also, the term market refers to something that has organization and dimension, shape, size, and design, in which is evolved for the purpose of performing a function. A function modifies the structure, and the nature of existing structure limits of the performance of functions. By the term market structure, we refer to the size and design of the market. Also, market refers to those characteristics of the market which affect the traders' behavior and their performances. That's market structure. Also, the market structure has its components, and the components of the market is which together determine the conduct and performance of the market are these the following components. First is the concentration of market power. The second is degree of product differentiation. The third is condition for entry of firms in the market. The fourth is the flow of market information, and the last is the degree of integration. Those are the components of market and structure. Next, dynamics of market and structure, conduct, and performance. Dynamic of market structure. The term market conduct refers to the patterns of behavior of firms, especially in relation to the market, especially in the relation to the especially rates. Sorry. Let me get my cell phone. Sorry. Careful. Okay, guys. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Dynamics of market structure. Dynamics of market structure. These are the market structure that determine the market conduct and performances. Also, the term conduct refers to the pattern of behavior of firm, especially in relation to pricing in their practices and adjusting of the market in which they function. Also, dynamic market structure has specifically market conduct includes the market sharing and price setting policies aimed to cursing rivals, and policies towards setting and quality of products. For the market performance refers to the economic result that flow from the industry or as each firm pursues its particular product, particular line of conduct. That's for the satisfactory market performance, the market structure should keep pace with the following changes. Those are the production pattern, demand pattern, cost and patterns of marketing function, technological change in industry. Okay, let's proceed on agricultural marketing. Agricultural marketing. The term agricultural is composed of two words, which is the agriculture and marketing. According to Thompson, the study of agricultural marketing comprises all the operation and the agencies conducting them, involved in the movement of farm-produced foods, raw materials, and their derivatives are marketing. Also, agricultural marketing is a part of marketing which deals with production, effective distribution, and exchange of agricultural goods. Obviously, it can provide employment. Can provide employment opportunities to the people of the nation, supporting in the process of industrialization within the country. Difference in marketing of agriculture and manufactured goods. Differences. The differences in marketing. The marketing of agriculture commodities is different from the marketing of manufactured condition because of the special characteristic. The special characteristic which the agricultural sector processes and which are different from those of the manufactured sector are the perishability of the product, the seasonality of production, bulkiness of products, variation in quality of products, irregular supply of agricultural products, small size of holding and scattered production, processing. Those are the manufactured sector of difference marketing of agriculture. First, perishability of the product. Perishability of the product, these are most farm products are perishable in nature, but the period of their perishability varies from few hours to a few months. Seasonality of production. But to supply a manufactured products can be adjusted or made uniform throughout the year. Their prices therefore remain almost the same throughout the year. Bulkiness of products. The characteristic of bulkiness of the most farm products makes their transportation and storage difficult and expensive. The price spread in bulky products is higher because of the higher cost of transportation and storage. Variation in quality of products. These are the large variation of the quality of agricultural products, which makes their grading and the standardization somewhat difficult. Irregular supply of agricultural products. The supply of agricultural product is uncertain and irregular because of the dependence of agricultural production on natural condition. Small size of holding and scattered production. Farm products are produced throughout the length and breadth of the country, and most of the producers are of the small size. The last is the processing. Processing is the most of the farm have to process before their consumption by the ultimate consumer. And next, let's proceed to the importance of agricultural marketing. Agricultural marketing plays an important role not only in stimulating production and consumption but accelerating the pace of economic development. Also, agricultural marketing deals a role in economic development in countries whose resources are primarily agricultural. Agricultural marketing play an important role not only like what I said, agricultural marketing plays an important role not only for stimulating production and consumption, but in accelerating the pace of economic development. That's the importance of agricultural marketing. Okay, next, let's proceed to the creation of utility. Creation of utility, the marketing ads add cost to the product, but at the same time, it deals utilities of the product. The following 4 types of utilities of the product are created by marketing, which is the form utility, place utility, time utility. The last is position utility. Position utility. Form utility refers to how well a product or a services needs the customers know. The form utility refers to how well a product or services meet the customer needs. For example, a company might design a product to target a specific client's need or want. Also, form utility, ito ay ang pagsama-sama ng mga pangangailangan at kagustuhan ng isang customer into the features and benefits of the product na inaalok ng isang kumpanya. That is the form utility. The place utility, ito ay refers to the primary to making goods or services physically accessible to potential customer. For example, a place utility range from a retail store's location to low AC companies' website or services are to find on the interest. The example of the place utility. Another is the place utility. It is the transportation function add place utility to products by shifting them to a place of use from the place of plenty. Next is the time utility. Time utility, it is the storage function adds time utility to the products of making them available at the time when they are needed. The time utility exists when company maximize the availability of a product so that customers can buy it during the time that are the most conventional or desirable for them. Companies analyze how to create or maximize their production process, logistical planning for manufacturing and delivery. That's time utility. The position utility. Position utility is the marketing function of buying and selling helps in the transfer of the ownership from the person to another. Also, the position utility is the amount of usefulness or perceived value from owning a product. For example, owning a car or a truck might be considered to have a high position utility. Also, increasing the ease of ownership both to position utility or the perceived value of the product. For example, offering a favorable financing terms towards ownership of a car. Then the appliance or home would likely create positional utility for those products in lead to increase sales. That's the position utility. Those are the four creation of utility. Next, let's proceed to classification of markets. Markets may be classified in two bases of each 12 dimension. This one is on the basis of location. Of course, we have a village market. Village market, it is a market which is located in a small village where major transaction takes place among the buyers and sellers of a village is called the village market. The second is the primary wholesale markets. Primary wholesale markets, those are the markets are located in big farms near the centers of the production of agricultural commodities. In this market, a major part of the produce is both for sale by the producer farmers themselves. The secondary wholesale markets, these markets are located generally in distinct headquarters or important trade centers or near railway junction. The major transaction in commodities take place between the village traders and wholesalers. Terminal markets. Terminal markets. It is one where the produce is either finally disposed of the consumers or the processors or assembled for export. The seaboard market. Seaboard markets Markets which are located near the seashore and are meant mainly for the import and or export of goods are known as seaboard markets. The second classification of markets is on the basis of area coverage. The area coverage. First is the local or village market. Local or village market are the market in which buying and selling activities are confined among buyers and sellers drawn from the same village or nearby villages. The village market exists mostly for perishable commodities in a small lots. The regional markets. Regional markets, a market in which buyer and sellers for a commodity are drawn from a larger area than the local market. The national markets. The national market in which buyers and sellers are the national level. National markets are found for durable goods like junk and tea. Next is the world market. World market, a market in which the buyer and sellers are drawn from the whole world. These are the biggest markets from the area of point of view. The third classification of markets, which is on the basis of time span. Short period markets. Short period markets. The markets which held only for few are called short period markets. The product deals within those markets are highly perishable nature, such as fish, fresh vegetables, and liquid milk. As the short period market. Kana dili siya dali mga okay, that's it. Long period markets. Long period market, these are the market are held for a long period than the short period markets. The commodities struck in theme markets, less perishable, can be stored for some time. These are food, grains, and oil seeds. The price are governed both by the supply and demand. Last is the circular markets. The circular market, these are the market of permanent nature. The commodities traded in these markets are durable in nature and can be stored for many years. Example are markets for machinery and manufactured goods. That is the circular markets. The four components of market is on the basis volume of transaction, which include wholesale markets and retail markets. When we say wholesale markets, it is one in which commodities are bought and sold in large lot or in the bulk transaction in this market take place mainly between traders. And also when we say retail markets, these are the markets in which the market is one in which commodities are bought by and sold to the consumers as appear their requirements. Transaction in these markets take place between retailers and consumers. The retailer purchase in wholesaler market and sell in a small lots in the customers. In this market are way near to the consumers. The 5 classification is on the basis nature of transaction. Includes spot or cash markets, and the second is forward market. The spot or cash market, a market in which goods are exchanged for money immediately after this sale is called the spot or cash market. The second is forward market. Forward market, a market in which the purchase and sale of a commodity takes place at time, but the exchange of the commodity takes place in the same specified date in the future. The six is on the basic number of commodities in which transaction takes place. General markets. General market, a market in which all types of commodities such as food, grains, oil seeds, fiber, and etc. are bought and sold is known as general market. This market deals in a large numbers of commodity. The specialized markets, a market in which transaction takes place only in one or two commodity known as specialized market. For every group of commodities, separate markets exist. For example, the example are food, grain market, vegetables market. Vegetables market, the wool market, and the cotton market. The 7 components of market is on the basis degree of competition, which is the imperfect markets and perfect markets. Each market can be placed in a continuous cost shorting from the perfect competitive point to a pure monopoly as monopsony situation. On the basis of competition, markets may be classified into the following categories. And these categories are the perfect markets and the imperfect markets. Perfect markets. A perfect market is one in which the following conditions hold good. There is number one condition is there is a large number of buyers and sellers. The second is all the buyers and sellers in the market have perfect knowledge of demand, supply, and prices. The third is the prices at any one time are uniform over a geographical area plus or minus the cost of getting supplies from surplus and deficit areas. The fourth is the prices are uniform at any one place over periods of time, plus or minus the cost of storage from a period to another. The fifth is the price of different forms of a product are which the plus and minus of the cost of converting the product from one to another. The second category is imperfect market. Imperfect market, the market in which the condition of perfect competition are aching one characterized as imperfect market. The following situation which based on the degree of imperfect may be identified. The monopoly market, which is the monopoly market is a market situation in which there is only one seller or a commodity. In this market, the price of commodity is generally higher than in other markets. When there is only one buyer of the product, the market termed as monopsony market. The second is duopoly market. Duopoly market is one which has only two sellers of a commodity. They may mutually agree to choose a common price which is higher than hypothetical price in a common market. The third is the oligopoly market. Oligopoly market, which this market in which there are more than two, but still a few sellers of a commodity is termed as an oligopoly market. The last is the monopolistic competition. Monopolistic competition, when a large number of sellers deal in a heterogeneous and differentiated from a commodity, the situation is called monopolistic competition. Example of monopolistic competition: face the farmer may be drawn from the input market. On the eight classification, the 8 components of market. These are on the basis of nature of commodities. On the basis of the types of goods dealt in a market may be classified into the following categories: the commodity markets and the capital markets. Commodity market, a market which deals in goods and raw materials such as wheat, barley, cotton, fertilizer, seed, and etc. are termed commodity markets. Capital market, the market in which bonds, shares, and securities are bought and sold, and called capital markets. For example, money markets and share market. 9 components is the on the basis stage marketing. On the basis stage of marketing includes classified into 2 categories: the producing markets and the consuming markets. The producing market, these are the markets which mainly assemble the commodity for further distribution to other markets, are termed as producing period. While the consuming period, which are the market collect the produce of the final disposed to the consuming population, are generally located in areas where product is inadequate or thickly populated in urban centers. 10 is the on the basis extents of public intervention. Based on the extents of public intervention may be placed in any one of the following 2 classes. These are the regulated markets and unregulated markets. The regulated markets, in the markets in which business and done in accordance with the rules of regulation formed by the statutory market organization representing different sections involved in markets. The unregulated markets, these markets in which business is conducted without any set rules and regulation. The markets suffer from many ills, ranging from the unstandardized changes by marketing function to imperfection in the determination of prices. The 11 is the only basis types of population served: the urban market and the rural market. The only basis of population served by the market, it can be classified as either urban or rural market. The urban market, a market which serve mainly the population residing in an urban area, is called an urban market. The nature and quantum of demand for agricultural products arising from the urban population is characterized as urban market for farm products. The rural market, the world market, usually refers to the demand originating from the rural population. There are the rural population. There is considerable difference in the nature of embedded services required with a farm product between urban and rural market. 12 is on the basis accrual of marketing margins. These are the margins. Market can also be classified in the basis of us to whom the marketing margins occurs. And that's all. Thank you for listening and for watching. God bless everyone.